So this is QA4815, and she is a loggerhead that we see fairly regularly here at Bedina. Her nickname is the Lazy Logger, and the reason for that is because she's quite sensitive to where she lays on the beach. She often will lay quite low on the beach. Let me just find this piece of paper for you first, Jaden. Lazy Logger. She was first tagged here at Bedina on the 6th of January in 2017. And we've seen her a handful of times since then. And the last time we saw her was in January of 2022. So she's got roughly a 2-year remigration period. She only likes to dig really quite low on the beach and always, I guess, below the erosion scarp.
TurtleCare volunteers are all specially trained to do the jobs we do, and we try and make as little impact as we can on the turtles, try and use minimal lights. We don't ever move a nest unless we feel it's really, really necessary and those eggs are in imminent danger.
It's good to see her back again this year, and she's definitely a well-loved Bedina local, and it'll be great. We're going to put a tracker on her tonight and tomorrow morning and then release her, and it will be great to see what habitat she uses between clutches every 2 weeks that she's going to lay here in Bedina, but also to see what migration route she's going to take to what foraging ground, because she could be from anywhere up to 2,700 kilometres away, and so it's going to be a fascinating summer for us watching her journey.
My name is Ronda Alexander. I came to the Sunshine Coast about 25 years ago, or 25 seasons ago. My friend Joan Burnett was here. She knew that I liked the environment. She invited me to come and sit on a baby turtle's nest, and after seeing a green turtle, I was hooked on it. That little turtle was the first turtle I ever saw in my life. And that was the beginning of my life, looking after turtles. That little thing there. And to make it real for me, that is what I came from, red sandhills to white sandhills and to that little turtle. And that was my life back in 2002, February 2002.
TurtleCare, it wasn't called TurtleCare at that stage, it was just a few volunteers who were doing a great job, probably no more than a dozen or so, and plus they had a network of people that they met on the beach that would report to them if they saw turtle tracks. We realised it was growing a bit. People really did need to have a permit to interfere in any way, even a well-meaning way, with turtle nests. So Council decided to fund a TurtleCare coordinator, which was what I stepped into. And from there, we just grew the volunteer base. Really crucially, we sent people up to Monrepo for training. Yeah, we just built actually quite a fantastic network of volunteers.
The TurtleCare program here on the Sunshine Coast is part of a statewide effort of marine turtle conservation groups to be able to collect data, which is submitted to the Queensland Government as part of the Queensland Turtle Conservation Project. Over the last 20 years, TurtleCare has achieved so much. Together, we've collected data that has influenced scientific publications and policy and the protection of sea turtles and their habitat.
The partnership with Council, like Council sending them to be trained, which gives them a high level of expertise in dealing with turtle nests.
We've created a community of stewards that care for our environment and have the scientific training to be able to collect data that is rigorous enough to influence policy.
I honestly think it has expanded the conservation ethos for not only the TurtleCare volunteers, but anyone involved in them with the group, to broadly coastal protection on the Sunshine Coast. A lot of volunteers are also involved in coast care groups, doing weeding, planting, keeping the dunes healthy. I think it just, any empowerment you can give people over protecting the environment it's just beyond value.
In 2023, Council endorsed a marine turtle conservation plan for our region that identifies desired outcomes and a strategy that gives us direction over the next decade to ensure that we have self-sustaining populations of marine turtles on the Sunshine Coast into the future.
So I'm Judith Moore. I have been a group leader or beach leader at Warana with Karen, and this we were debating is my 14th year. I mainly do the admin side of stuff and keep people in order with the diaries and checking, and I have the pleasure of being involved in the actual process of turtle care, hatchlings, nest relocations, digs, turtles, yeah, just the whole kit and caboodle. That's me.
We'll keep on walking.
It's about to blow away. All right, we're going with the low hat. TurtleCare is a program that involves a huge community of accredited volunteers who rock up on a Sunday morning, people who can join us once a week, people who sit by nests for hours and hours, and the public. So yeah, it's a huge community group. Have I made new friends and connections? 100%. There are people that I would never have come across in my life had I not been part of TurtleCare, and people with extraordinary passions. Yes, the environment, I don't think I would have been running around on the beach picking up rubbish in the middle of the night if I hadn't done that, and with people who are equally passionate. I suppose the chess group has its nerds and we're our turtle nerds, so yeah.
We'll keep on walking.
Each organisation needs some form of a uniform, and ours has been these blue shirts.
What are we waiting for? What a beautiful world, what a beautiful world that I'm living in with you.
Probably the most important thing that holds this TurtleCare together is those blue shirts. You don't come in and just get a blue shirt because you're going to look after turtles. You've got to earn that shirt. And then once you've got it, there's pride.
The image that the blue shirt has on the beaches down here is one instantly linked with turtles. So you can be walking along and people will say, oh, and they're instantly excited that there might be some turtle activity going on. So they feel comfortable then coming to talk to you. So it gives you a point of reference.
The badges all represent different levels and different amounts of time that people have been in the program, and different activities that they can be hands-on. It's a real sense of pride to be able to get your badge and wear it.
Blue is the color of the ocean. Blue is the
Okay, hi everyone.
of the sky.
Hi. Welcome to TurtleCare Hatchling Club. My name's Lisa, and I'm one of the 5 or 6 people here from TurtleCare today. And we're very happy to have you for the next couple of hours for our school holiday activity.
This was an initiative that started after I was at a turtle release in Mooloolaba, and a mother and daughter came up to me, and obviously the daughter loves turtles, and the mother said, well, where can she go? How can she get involved? Where can she learn more about turtles? And it was something I've been thinking about for a while, and I really think that the youngsters are the future. If we can teach them to love turtles, they'll protect the turtles. Their little faces light up when they see Shelley the turtle. And a big part of it for me is teaching them about the pollution and the threats to the turtles that we can do something about, and that they can do something about in the future.
I'm doing a wire at the bottom so we can shake the sand and glue it out so the rabbits can stay in there.
The Hatchling Club is really important because for us as volunteers, we're hoping to inspire citizen scientists of the future. We want children to become curious and want to investigate and learn more about the natural environment, where we live, where we play, and who we share it with, and also to develop a respect and love of nature.
I loved it.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate. I have the great pleasure of coordinating the TurtleCare program for Sunshine Coast Council, and I'm just here today with my daughter. The amazing thing is that these are loggerhead turtles. They're critically endangered. I know it's incredible, darling. It's enormously special to see an emergence, but a daylight emergence is an absolute privilege to be at something like this. So these guys are a critically endangered species. We host around 4% of the genetic stock for this species here on the Sunshine Coast. We're very fortunate that this nest is running. It's running at 59 days of incubation. The reason why we're really glad it's running is because we came down this afternoon to look at whether we needed to relocate this clutch, because we think maybe we might lose this sand dune in the coming days with the cyclone. And so for us, having this nest emergence now means these hatchlings make it safely out to sea before the most extreme of the weather. They'll leave this beach now and they'll swim perpendicular to the wave fronts for the next 4 or 5 days. And then over the next 7 years, they make their way over to Peru and Chile. And then that takes them about 7 years to come back at about 14 years of age. And these little ones will breed for the first time at 30 years old when I'm 70. And you can all add 30 years to your current age for when these turtles will come back to the Sunshine Coast for the first time.
I just want to celebrate.